Is it true that Japan is a cheap country? Welcome back to my channel. So let me start this off right away. Everyone, do you know the Japanese yen is very weak now? A year ago, it was about 110 yen to the dollar, and now it's at 146 yen to the dollar. So this means that those who have currency higher than the Japanese yen can buy goods and services in Japan at a lower price. Yes, the Japanese yen is pretty weak now. You might be able to have a great time in Japan. So this time, I would like to show you what you can buy and what kind of services you can get for how much in these three categories: food, entertainment, and lodging. And at the end of this video, there's a bit of information for adults. So watch until the end. Then let's get started. Let's start with food. When you think of the Japanese food, what comes to your mind? Well, most people would answer sushi, but there are also ramen, beef bowls, and many other Western food restaurants that offer pizza, Italian food, Korean food, and more besides Japanese food. I introduced Toriton, a famous conveyor belt sushi restaurant in another video before. The price of conveyor belt sushi changes depending on the color of the plate. And the cheapest sushi is priced at 143 yen per plate including tax, or just 97 cents. And this big conger eel at 594 a plate is only $4. I'm so jealous actually. Even I would hesitate to order it at a sushi restaurant if I were told that it costs 594 yen per plate. Other popular items such as tuna and salmon comes with 2 pieces per plate for $2. I usually have 10 plates to fill me up, and the total is usually between 1,500 and 2,000 yen. Even if you eat 3,000 yen worth of sushi, that's only $20. That's so cheap, isn't it? Then, how about ramen or beef bowl? It depends on the restaurant, but I think a bowl of ramen is usually around 980 yen. But I usually add toppings, so it comes to about 1,300 yen. But that's still only $9. A beef bowl is even cheaper. If you order an orthodox beef bowl with miso soup at Matsuya, a famous beef bowl chain, you can finish your meal for only $2. A beef bowl gyudon is one of the most affordable meals in Japan. And now with the weak yen, you can enjoy it even more inexpensively. Another cultural tradition in Japan is the teishoku, a so-called set meal, which include a fish or meat dish, an appetizer, miso soup, and possibly dessert. Can fill you up for anywhere from between $3 to $6, depending on the market price. And let's take a look at a menu of family restaurant where you can enjoy not only Japanese food but also Western food, such as pizza, pasta, and hamburgers at all once. Using the menu of Gusto, a famous family restaurant chain, as a reference, a 24 centimeters pizza for 1 or 2 people costs between $4 to $6, which is 659 yen to 934 yen per slice. Pasta is roughly in the same price range, so the most expensive being $6. So how cheap is Korean barbecue, which is popular in another country besides Japan? The family said at Tokuju, a restaurant I often go to, comes with this amount of meat for 3 or 4 people and it costs $39. Isn't pretty cheap for a family of 3 or 4 people to pay less than $40 for one meal. Plus, there's no culture of tipping in Japan, so you really only need the amount I just mentioned to enjoy your meal. Oh yeah, and one thing that often surprised me when I talk with my foreign friends is about water. In Japan, water is basically provided for free. I was born and raised in Japan, and in all my life, I have never paid for water in Japanese restaurants. So don't hesitate to drink water too. I'm sure there are many tourists in Japan who are looking forward to eating in Japan, so please enjoy your meal to fullest in Japan without worrying about the price. Okay, now let's see what you spend on entertainment. Entertainment expenses here refers to the cost of admission to facilities such as art galleries, museums, and movie theaters, as well as the cost of attending events such as concerts and music festivals. For example, let's say you see one movie at the movie theater in Japan. The admission fee to a movie theater in Japan is said to be relatively expensive compared to the other countries, ranging from 1,800 yen to 1,900 yen per adult. And popcorn and drinks add about 1,000 yen to that, so the cost is roughly 3,000 yen, or about $20 in the US dollars, depending on the person. The average ticket price for AMC in the United States is about $13 per adult, depending on the states of course. So the price in Japan is a little higher than in the United States. By the way, I went to see Marvel Top Gun movie the other day, and it is currently available for rent on Amazon Prime for $3. It's a great time to see a blockbuster movie right after the release at the home, isn't it? So next, let's look at the admission fees to museums and art galleries. Team Level Planets is popular among visitors from overseas, and the admission fee for adults is $22 per person, 3,200 yen. It is a wonderful opportunity to enjoy a fantastic world that cannot be experienced anywhere else at a low price. Another famous museum is the Tokyo National Museum, which exhibits Japanese national treasures and important cultural assets, costs $7 per adult. And the Ghibli Park, a realistic reproduction of a set from Ghibli movie, costs $17. If you like museums and theme parks, there are so many places to go, so you never have enough time to see them all. And so many foreign bands and artists come to Japan to give concerts. As of November 2022, Avril Lavigne is coming to Japan for a concert, and ticket prices range from 9,500 yen to 18,000 yen, which is $65 to $123 depending on the seat. Another favorite of mine, the 1975, is having a concert in Japan next April. Ticket prices are 8,000 yen to 17,000 yen, which is $55 to $116. This is so cheap, I really want to go. By the way, I just checked the price and found that the band Kiss is still playing. The ticket prices range from $102 to $171. As expected for a legendary band, they are another level. Also, as I talked about this video before in introducing some events in Japan, Japan is actually famous for its music festivals. The music festival called Summer Sonic is held every summer and offers 2 days of performances by domestic and international artists and bands. So this year's ticket prices were 17,000 yen or $616 for a one-day ticket, and 31,000 yen or $212 for 2-day tickets. So now finally, let me introduce you the cost of accommodations in Japan. There are various forms of hotels and other lodgings in Japan, but there are 3 main types: onsen ryokan, business hotels, and city hotels, plus one last type of hotel that is unique to Japan, which I introduced the last section. So most onsen ryokan are constructed in a traditional Japanese style, and you can enjoy the Japanese atmosphere with a hot springs bath and a breakfast, lunch, and dinner in your room. They're often built in the areas where hot springs are found, in the suburb, in the mountains, or in locations with a view of the sea, and are usually located far from the city center. Rates honestly vary from place to place, but the market price is said to range from $48 to $103 per night, which is 7,000 yen to 15,000 yen. There are also places that have the hot springs in your room, but in those cases, the prices will unusually exceed 137 per night. However, there are many people who look forward to ryokan as a main part of their trip to Japan, and now that the yen is so weak, maybe it's time to try staying at a ryokan that is a little more luxurious. As the name suggests, business hotels are modest hotels designed to provide inexpensive accommodation for business travelers. Located near train station and other locations with good transportation accesses. The basic room structure is the single room with a desk to facilitate work. Since these hotels specialize in overnight stays, amenities and services are usually minimal, but they are very reasonably priced, with the market rates ranging from $27 to $55 per night. The meals vary in their ability depending on the plan, but since the hotels specialize in lodging, they are not very fancy meals actually. They may serve something like the set meal I mentioned earlier. A city hotel is a hotel built for people visiting for leisure or sightseeing. They are the general type of the hotel that everyone imagines. The purpose of staying in the hotel is stay elegantly in the center of the city. So they are often built in a location with good views, such as building night views, and equipped with a wide variety of facilities from restaurants to swimming pools. And the most important feature of the city hotel is excellent service. They have swimming pools and spas and a number of restaurants, large entrances and reception areas, doorman and concierge, and butler services. So I think you will need to pay at least 68 to 205 per night, 10,000 yen to 30,000 yen. And last on the list is uniquely Japanese evolution of accommodation. The Love Hotel. A love hotel is a facility where couples can stay overnight for a short period of time in a room with facilities suitable mainly for sexual intercourse. It is also called Rabuho for short. For this reason, compared to a regular hotel, it has a full range of equipment and services mainly for sexual activities. They're often built in small clusters in areas slightly behind the downtown areas of the city and are often referred to as Love Hotel District or Love Hotel Streets. And it can also be found in many resort areas. The service is quite extensive, but with meals served to order and a large television and the karaoke machines are available in all Love Hotels. Other services include the ability to rent cosplay costumes and adult toys. It is not uncommon for some rooms to have a large swimming pool. And there are two types of plans to Love Hotels: rest and stay. The stay plan is the same as the regular hotel, allowing a stay of 12 to 18 hours. And it costs approximately $41 to $82, which is 600 yen to 12,000 yen. And rest is a plan that allows you to stay for a few hours after you enter the room. The price is usually 14 to 20 bucks per room. It is difficult to say exactly how long a rest is since it depends on the person, but it seems that most people take rest for 3 or 4 hours. It is not a kind of hotel I can recommend too loudly, but you may want to visit once for your adult memories when you travel to Japan. Now that I have introduced how reasonable it is to enjoy Japan due to the weak yen, I wonder how many of you felt it was inexpensive. Of course, I don't know how long the current weak yen will last, but why don't you choose Japan as your next travel destination? Whether it's your first time in Japan or you have visited many times, now is definitely the perfect time to enjoy Japan to the fullest at a reasonable price. Also related to this video, I have video on the average budget for a trip to Japan, a video on the average Japanese person, and a video and the Q&A video on Suica, the magic card that is a must-have item when traveling in Japan. So be sure to watch those before you come to Japan. And this channel is all about Japanese culture, language, and travel to Japan. So please subscribe to my channel and give me a thumbs up so that I can continue to bring you better videos. So see you in the next video and have a great trip and see you soon.